Hello everyone, welcome back to the OpenShift series. In this video, you will learn how to install Red Hat OpenShift CodeReady Containers or CRC on Linux. So what is Red Hat CodeReady Containers? As you learned in the previous videos in the OpenShift Bootcamp series, you need a good amount of computing resources to install the OpenShift or KD cluster. Red Hat CodeReady Containers is a solution from Red Hat to deploy the OpenShift clusters using a single virtual machine and meant for development and testing purposes. This is an ephemeral cluster setup and you are not supposed to keep any important data or application inside CRC cluster. You can install CodeReady Containers on a decent laptop or workstation with very few commands. Please note the Gineesh was serving the same purpose earlier, but from OpenShift 4 version onwards, you need to use CRC. If you have difficulty setting up your own development environment, then you can use the free service from Red Hat, which is called Developer Sandbox for Red Hat OpenShift. We have a detailed video on how to request and use Developer Sandbox for Red Hat OpenShift. Please check the video description. So what are the system requirements for Red Hat CodeReady Containers? Your workstation or machine should have a minimum of 4 CPU cores, then 9 GB of free memory and about 35 GB of storage space. CodeReady Containers only support AMD 64 or Intel 64 architecture, and ARM is not supported at the moment. For the operating system, you can install CRC on top of Windows 10 version 1709 or later. Then you can install it on macOS 10.14 or later, or Red Hat Enterprise Linux Windows 7.5 or later. Debian or Ubuntu based distros are not supported and may require additional configuration on the host machine. There are many differences between CodeReady Containers and the actual OpenShift clusters. First of all, CodeReady Containers are meant for development and testing, and this OpenShift cluster is ephemeral. You cannot directly upgrade to the newer version of CRC, or there is no supported upgrade path. A single node OpenShift cluster where the node will behave as both master and worker node. The cluster monitoring operator will be disabled by default. The OpenShift single node will be running as a virtual machine, and you need to assume this when you check the external networking part. For Linux, you can download the package and extract the package. Also need to download the pull secret. Go to console.redhat.com/OpenShift. Login with a Red Hat login. So you can use the existing login, or you can create a new Red Hat login and then click on create cluster. You will see options to install on cloud, data center or local. As I told earlier, we are going to install the OpenShift CodeReady container, which is a local installation, and click on the local tab. In this window, you need to select the operating system on which you are going to install OpenShift CRC. Select Linux from the drop-down list and click on the download button. Also remember to download the pull secret from the same screen. Once the package is downloaded, extract the package and verify the CRC executable. You need to configure the path to the CRC executable so that you can execute the CRC command from anywhere. You can permanently add the path in your profile or bashrc file as needed. Check CRC version to ensure the executable is working fine. Execute CRC setup and it will configure the cluster details with the default values such as CPU, memory, etc. Now you can adjust these settings as needed from the command line as well. You can proceed with the default resources and configurations unless you need a bigger CRC environment with more CPU and memory capacity. Now execute the command crc start to create the OpenShift CRC cluster. The utility will ask for the pull secret which you have downloaded from the cloud.redhat.com portal. To avoid any copy-paste error and typos, you can pass the pull secret file in the command line itself. Now execute the command crc start -p path to the secret file as shown in the screen. The setup will take 5 to 10 minutes to complete, depending on your internet speed, workstation performance, etc. I will post the video here to finish the installation. Once the cluster is up and running, the CRC will show the details about the cluster, including the default username and password for kubeadmin and developer users, cluster API URLs, and other details on the screen. You can access OpenShift CRC cluster via OpenShift CLI or OC command or using the web console. If you want to know how to install the OpenShift CLI, please see videos in our YouTube channel. To open the OpenShift web console, copy the URL and open it in a web browser. You can also run the command crc console, which will open the same web console in the default web browser. Use the username and password to log in to the web console. Explore the web console and you can see all the options are the same like a production OpenShift cluster. Now test the cluster access using OpenShift CLI or OC. Execute the eval command provided in the crc start output so that the environment variables and arguments will set as needed. Now log into the cluster using OC login command with any of the user accounts. Check the projects and other resources available in the cluster and verify access. Once you finish testing, you can stop the OpenShift CRC VM so that you can free up the computing resources on your workstation. You can use the command crc stop to stop the CRC environment. If you do not need the OpenShift CRC environment anymore, you can delete the environment using the command crc delete, and you will be asked to confirm the deletion. It is recommended to do the cleanup of the CRC environment before you create another CRC VM later. Execute the command crc cleanup to undo all the configuration changes. That's all for the OpenShift CRC installation on Linux. Stay tuned for upcoming OpenShift bootcamp videos and subscribe to this YouTube channel to get all the latest videos and other courses. Thank you for watching. See you next time with another video.